Good.
Go.
Yo, what up, brother?
Mr. Yeah, it always kills me that the DJs can never do the live.
Oh yeah, no, I never been on live. This is my first time going
I
on,
know.
man.
I'm happy for it to be with me. Everybody, we got episode 71, DJ Enyoutee, Silent Assassin, New York, and we're gonna get into a lot of stuff. Thank you very much for being on, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, me too, man. I appreciate you having me on tonight. Samal, thank you.
No, I've been looking forward to it, and it's gonna be good. And so, you know, big thing about Enyoutee, everybody, is like, you may not know who he is, but he's silently this stays in his lane, curating, make, you know, dope music, dope show going on for a long time, and just really about the real shit, yo. You like, I fucks with you because you're just a straight motherfucker. Like, I know when I talk to you, like if I ask you if you can do something, you're gonna say, yes, I can do it. No, I can't. Like, you just, and I appreciate that. I know that about you, so I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yo, thank you for your kind words, man. I appreciate that shit. Word.
Yeah, so this is it's gonna be a fun one. So everybody, if you got questions for Enyoutee, please use the questions feature below, and I can pull them up and he can see them as well. And as always, if you get on any fuck shit in here, just like on the page, I will send your ass home. Because we don't do that here. So this is a fun one for me, man, because like we know each other and we've connected. I've been on your show and we've chopped it up and we've, you know, vibed, and we have a mutual respect for each other, but we've never really been able to build and talk, you know what I'm saying, about just different shit, except so a couple of times, and it was usually business related, you know what I'm saying? So so that's why this one's fun for me, because I realized I don't really know too much about him, like, you know, just some you know, history and shit. So I'm excited, man. So let's get into it. I'm sure some of these questions you may have answered before, but I'm genuinely curious, like, what was the bug for you, man, as far as just like this hip hop shit? Because I know, like, anybody that knows you, like, you are about this shit, about the real shit. And so what was the bug for you? When was that? What was it?
I would say my earliest introduction into hip hop would be breakdancing. Would be my older brother. Yeah, well, I wasn't a breakdancer. I would be maybe 4 years old, and my older brother used to try to breakdance, you know. And then about 87 or so, that's when I really started getting more into the musical aspect of hip hop. And besides that, man, I just always kind of just, I really wasn't a DJ. I didn't become a DJ. I was already a grown man. So it was like 99. I had a nice history, a nice collection of hip hop, and have been following it, you know, shit like that. I mean, I don't know, man. I just been, you know, I just been following the music, studying the music, almost as guidance. It was guidance, you know. It was like a friend, a father. It's been good to me. The music's been good to me. I have a high respect for the culture. It's a big part of me, you know. I think about it all the time, and besides that, I don't know. It was just something about the music. It was just, you know.
You're from the Middletown area, right? Middletown,
yeah, I'm from Middletown, New York. Yep.
How far is that from the city? Like an hour and a half?
Yeah, about an hour and a half or so. Yeah.
So, yo, like, since you said you started DJing late, I mean, what would, like, you know, a lot of times people already have their shit kind of established by 99. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're close to the same age. I mean, you know, shit's already established. So, okay, I'm gonna pick up some tables now, because the learning curve for that shit is kind of hard, which is why I didn't want to do it. I love DJing so much, yo, but it's like, by the time I had to loot to get some tables, I was like, it's gonna take me forever to learn this shit.
I'll tell you, I can tell you the reason why I started DJing, because I had a deep passion. I had like I studied the music a lot. It really was a part of my life. But I also liked going digging for rare stuff. That 97, 98, 99 era, 99 is when I started DJing. That's when shit started like going a different direction.
Right.
You know, and I was like a huge Big L fan, digging in the crates, nonfiction. And this is the shit that I wasn't able to get because I didn't own a record player. That's the only place you were going to get Big L Ebonics was on a fucking piece of vinyl. So that was my thing. I basically got a turntable just to collect, be a music listener. And, I figured why not learn how to mix a little bit? I taught myself everything I know. I didn't watch any other DJs. Influence-wise, like Tony Touch mixtapes, shit like that. I used to just listen to shit like that, I just know how to DJ from, and then I had a DJ from my local area, DJ Guess, and my friend Juan Bobo. I saw them DJ live once, and I saw how it was done, how they were like going back and forth, like cutting the vocals back with the records. I never saw anything like it, but I was like always boot camp and all this other shit, but I never really got from upstate. So it was a different, I didn't go to park jams in the Bronx and all this extra shit.
Right.
It was a different style. And then, I just figured to start learning, but then I had some things going on in life too. So now I'm a little bit more established as a man and shit. But at that time, it was a lot of hectic things going on as well that slowed me down. But that's been the basic story of why I even got DJing, just so I was able to play music, Afu Ra, Whirlwind Through Cities, and these were fucking ringers, man. And I wasn't getting stuck with this other shit that was going on, so I found myself going to the turntable to, get the music.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because 2 weeks ago my man played the Hieroglyphics You Never Knew Domino remix. He goes, "You ever heard this shit?" And I'm like, "Nah." He put this shit on. It was like a fucking missile. And I never heard this shit. And he was like, "Yo, it's only on vinyl." And I'm like, and I'm not a vinyl head like that. That's just not my thing. But I was like myself thinking like, oh, there's a reason why the fuck with vinyl, because there's slick shit like this that's coming out on the B-side that you're not going to get nowhere else, yo. I've been banging that shit for like 2 weeks straight, and I just found out about it 25 years later. You know what I mean? 20 some years later.
Yeah, there wasn't a YouTube and shit like that. So when you wanted to hear like Mobb Deep, True Lies, and shit like that, like unreleased Wu-Tang Boxing Hand promo remix, and you couldn't just look the shit up on YouTube. You know what I mean? It was a different game. So that was a fun part, though. It was a fun part coming up. I used to like early in my career, there was a lot of record stores. Peace Supreme. I used to go to a lot of record stores and shit like that when I first started, taking the train from upstate, 3-4 times a week. I used to go to Sandbox Automatic and Fat B. It was dope, man. It was a good time, coming into the shit. So, yeah.
And I bet for you, like, I'm from Connecticut, so like my trips into the city, they were like, I didn't take it for granted that I was going into New York to get music or go shopping or whatever. Like, so I used that proximity to my advantage. It was like so even for me, like that was part of the experience too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Going with my peoples down there or whatever to go get shit. So it's let's talk about that for a second, because I was gonna ask you, man, like, we're close in age. What's some of the similarities and maybe differences of when we grew up in this shit as far as now? And I always say this, man, because a lot of cats just focus, and myself included, a lot of cats just focus on like, oh, well, shit's like this now, it's kind of whack. But maybe you could share like a good change about like where things are now in hip hop versus before, because we always talk about how it was kind of whack. I mean,
I think there's a lot of good music being made. That's one thing I will say. I think there's a lot of talent out there. It's a fucked up game right now, though. I'm not saying all artists, but there's a lot of reaching going on. There's a lot of wanting to be liked. It's damaging artists that have talent, man. It makes them look bad, man. And I see a lot of that going on right now. But there's good music being made. Everybody basically wants to be under one. It's like they be doing some weird shit, man. I don't know. So I just take everything for the music aspect. I looked everything at the music. You can't take anything personal. I try not to take anything personal. I try to listen to all the music. I like what I like. I play what I want to play. It's nothing personal. It's all music. It's all it is. You know.
Right.
Yeah. I
No,
mean, I think there's a lot of good artists out there right now, though.
no, I agree with you. And I used to be on the platform of like, there's no, no good music. And I just say we got spoiled coming up because we could turn on Arsenio Hall, we could turn on In Living Color, BET, Rap City, whatever it was, MTV, and albums were breaking on fucking these shows, like prime time before I was going to bed.
The
And
music,
you know what I'm saying? It's
the music,
different.
the music had value back then. Now it's
Right.
disposable. Now it's disposable, brother. You know what I mean? It lasts. You know how it is. It lasts a weekend. Now, we used to anticipate a new Black Moon album when it was gonna drop. It had value when it was presented to the people.
Do
And
you
it's
think
like
there's
now,
too much? Do you think there's too many the trend of artists putting out like 4, 5, 6, 7 projects a year is too much, or how do you feel about that?
if the music is good, I would say put as much music out as you feel. It's not my place. It's not my place to tell an artist. The one thing I don't like is I don't like people rhyming over somebody else's beat and calling it a real track. That shit is not it. But if they're doing original music and shit and they're working they're working hard, then more power to them. You know what I'm saying? Like the more people that are putting in work, the better off we are. It's just we need a little unity, We need to stop congratulating, it's like little cliques and little weird shit that goes on and all this. You know what I'm saying? It's just we could sit here and talk about the bad all day, but we just need to be a little bit more stronger together in order to really take this to the next level. There's a lot of talent out there,
What do you think can help us become more unified, Joe? I agree with you, and I think it's fractured. I think there's fractures within the fractures. I mean, I feel like you got like quote unquote boom bap shit over here, trap shit over here, but then within boom bap or whatever, you got like this underground lane, which is where a lot of cats are sounding kind of similar. There's a sound that their cats are putting out that's kind of easy, and then you got other shit. It's like it's weird. And here's what I think, yo. It's funny, man. I was going to talk about this before. It's like it seems like people feel like when they blow up or when they're doing well, like if I mention an underground artist, you may have heard of them, we fuck with them. But I posted certain cats on my page that I thought were like blowing up or did them in the live. They're like, yo, who's this? People, we're blowing up in our little bubbles, man. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's like this,
definitely.
it's not really as big as it's not the way we think it is. You know what I'm saying? In our heads.
No, 100%. And that's a lot of the problem. It's like, people use certain things, man. I've seen people like diss each other, like, yo, I got fucking this many followers and you got this many followers. It's like, all right, you got 30,000 followers, and it's like, motherfucker, there's a dog I looked it up. It was like a dog on Instagram, and the shit has like 1.5 million followers. So you're going to base your whole fucking career that you've been going for 30, whatever it is, because you got, you know what I'm saying? It's like weird shit like that. People like use as comparisons, and I don't know, man. I don't got a lot of anything. I just put work in. So I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know about this part. I'm happy to have whoever the fuck fucks with me, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know all these other rules. I tried to learn them. I didn't send my first email till I was like 2014. I'm late to the game,
I know, man.
And I just listen, man. I just got my heart in it. That's all I can really say. I try to do the best I can. You can't always it doesn't always work out in your benefit, though.
I remember when we first started rocking with you, and when I was with the radio station, and E-Rock was like, yeah, he's not on Instagram yet or something. And I was like, we gotta get him on Instagram. I'm like, let's get him on Instagram.
You guys are the reason why I fucking got a page. That's why I even opened a page, because you and E, man. That's it. But it's not. Listen. What it is what it is, brother. My thing is this: I'm always gonna put my best into it that I can. I never really thought I would even come this far.
Right.
You know, we've created some fucking great projects. I work with fucking a lot of people. You know, to be honest, man, there was a time, and, you know, it was a rough time, man, right before, you know, 2009. I wasn't in good space for a long, long time. And I struggled a long, long time. I didn't even own turntables from 2002 to 2009. And that's the truth. And, you know, in 2009, things changed. And ever since then, I've just been trying to just give it my best, man. I could be angry and bitter about a lot of things. Believe me, brother. There's a lot of shit that I see that goes down. But it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm out. That ain't my mind frame. That ain't who I am right now. I'm just trying to keep it moving. And I'm always gonna land on my feet. You know, I'm always gonna put them projects out. It's just, I'm just gonna keep doing what I have to. So,
Yeah, no, that's what's up, man. Let's go back for a second to the DJing part, because I mean, did you teach yourself how to like blend and transition and all that stuff too? Like,
yeah, that was my focus. Was like my focus DJing wise was structure wise and mixing and shit. And then I did teach myself how to do that. I remember my first blend. I had just came home in '99. I had the turntables, and I had bought my first turntables in July 2nd. I got them. My first blend was October 21st, 1999. It was Biggie Smalls, Unbelievable, and OC Time's Up. That was my first set of doubles was the High and Mighty. You remember the High and Mighty?
Slept on album.
Love it. Well, there was this joint called Mind, Soul, and Body. And it had a cut in the beginning of the record. It came in a cappella. It said, I represent through mind, soul, and body.
I represent through mind, soul, and body. Yeah.
Now, see, now it kept repeating that in the hook. So it was easy for me to teach myself how to go back and forth off of that record. So those were the two, my first set of doubles was Mind, Soul, and Body by the High and Mighty. And my first blend was the Biggie Smalls, Unbelievable, and OC. And that was all vinyl, obviously. There was no Serato back then. So
no YouTube to teach yourself. I mean, big up, man. Like, so were you doing gigs or anything, or were you just in the crib just like practicing your craft?
To be honest, I could tell you the honest truth. I did very few things, but at the time, I was coming from a different side of things. So people that were doing music in town weren't taking me that serious. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, oh, nut trying to DJ now. You know what I mean?
Oh, word.
Yeah, you know, I was involved with all types of other shit, so they didn't think that it was ever gonna, you know, my passion though. I just try to keep going.
You didn't think you were serious about this?
Yeah, this shit kept me alive, man. Straight up.
No, I feel you saved a lot of people's lives, man. And I say that, you know, for a lot of people, man, this is, you know, for people, some people who don't fuck with religion or whatever, for them, this is like, because, you know, and I've talked about it several times recently, like, you know, when we did this shit, we just did it, yo, because we loved it. We didn't say we're going to go and do hip hop today. I'm going to go be a hip hopper. We went out, we banged on the lunch tables or whatever, or we grabbed a man and he spit a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yo, give me a beatbox, fam. All right, I'm about to eat this nigga. And then we fucking did what we did, yo. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, so then, what kind of DJ do you consider yourself? I don't want to put you in a box and say, I mean, but like, if I had to label or put you in a box, you know what I mean? Because I've been talking to a lot of DJs about this shit, like, as far as, I think rocking the crowd is the most important thing over like maybe the beat juggling type thing or whatever. Like some cats say, oh, I don't fuck with the beat juggling. Some cats that's all they care about, right? It's like the, you know, the tricks and stuff. Like, so for you, what's a complete DJ? Like, how do you, I guess what's your DJ manifesto?
My DJ manifesto would be this. Every DJ has his own style, you know? I think as long as you controlling the music with your hands, however you're doing it, is what you do. I'm not a turntablist. You got some people that will use that turntable as an instrument, a real instrument. They really into that. That's not who I am, but I respect them. You know, that's their thing. I can rock. I can rock live. That's my specialty. I can cut up live, mix live. I can mix fast. So that's what I do. I don't really, I know how to mix other music besides hip hop, but I've never really been able to get a chance to do any of that kind of stuff.
Right.
That's why I'm grateful for the radio show. I never really had anybody give me any opportunities to do what I do. So getting a radio show was a big opportunity for me because ain't nobody really be trying to open no doors. So sometimes you just gotta go in there and just kick them shits down, do what you do. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to let you in. You put together projects with Bumpy Knuckles. This is what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to do certain things. It's just what it is. And rocking.
So how did you? Let's go into that, man. As far as getting that show at Vassar, like, because that's getting a real, because there's internet radio right now, which we know is like the thing and or whatever, but like the FM airwaves are still fucking running shit as far as I'm concerned. So for the most part, with a lot of things. I mean, how did you secure that? How did that come about?
Okay. Good question. So I had been back maybe about a year and a half, and I was doing well. And I had been building with an old friend of mine, and we were really building on a lot of hip hop. I was trying to rebuild things, and we went to a show in a place called Kingston. I don't know if you've ever heard of Kingston, New York, but there's a place called Kingston.
It's upstate?
Upstate, yeah, upstate. It was a show. And my friend runs into some kid that's giving up his show up on VKR or something. And he's like, yo, I think I'm going to get a show. You want to be the DJ? I didn't even have a fucking mixer. I'm not even lying. I didn't even have a mixer. I was like,
this was like 09, right? Something like that?
It was, we got the show the first show was June 18th, 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was it started off, it was me and two other people, but they both ended up breaking off. The first person broke off about a year and a half into it.
I heard about that, yeah.
And then the second person broke off about 3.5 years into it. And then I was just having a lot of my friends help out. You know, Sir One was helping out. I had a guy named Joe Flo, my friend Tone Cuff, and then Zach Niff took a position up there with me for a few years. So that was
coming down from Utica, right?
Nah, he wasn't coming from Utica. He was down in Rockland, so that's why it was a good thing because he was able. But now, you know, he had just, you know, recently he had to depart from the show because, you know, he bought he don't want to brag about it. You know, Zach Niff quiet, but Zach Niff done bought himself a nice piece of property, a nice house far, far away. You know what I mean? He can't make it to the show no more. So, you know, I miss having him up there, but I've been kind of holding it down myself, and it's still going. I'm getting a lot of criticism, like, because a lot of people don't know the rappers that keep coming to the show. And
from who?
Just people, man. They always got some shit to say, like, oh, I ain't never heard of this one. It's just like, yo, listen, man, everybody deserves an opportunity.
You mean like the general peanut gallery?
Yeah, the peanut gallery. You know what it is, man. You know these motherfuckers. They all got something to motherfucking say about somebody. Nobody got nothing to say good about nothing. It's who's this, what's he got, what's blah, 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 and all this reckless shit. But my thing is like this, is that I never liked the door closed on me, and anybody that's serious about putting in work, who am I to say no to them? You know what I'm saying? If they're willing to take that trip up and they're willing to be and rock by my rules, you know what I mean? They welcome to come to my show. I throw them over hard beats. I don't give a fuck what it is. You know what I'm saying? You see what it is. Make them put it in. So
of course, yo, listen, there's no way this can grow if we don't, like, everybody nobody started out big time. I mean, like, cats was like, yo, you got to hear this cat Nas. I mean, you've heard like cats. Oh, we look at old freestyles right now. Like, everybody had to start somewhere. And listen, my album of the year right now
Oh, the great.
My album of the year is
Oh, the
from Oh the
great.
Great, Free Mind, still, and maybe
Yep.
everybody don't fuck with them and all them, but I don't give a fuck because that's the best shit I heard all year by far. Ain't nothing fucking with it.
Yeah,
And
listen. Oh, the great. That motherfucker is a problem, kid.
yo,
That boy is a problem. That boy's a
yo,
problem. And I don't know if you even checked that new project he got out. He got a new project.
monster shit.
Yeah, that shit is fire too, man. And it was an honor because when he recorded a joint for the Bumpy Knuckles compilation, there was a track on there with Jamil Honesty, King Arthur, and O actually came to my house and recorded that shit. So he came. It was dope, man. He's a great artist, man. I really hope the best for him. He's a real good fucking artist, man.
Yo, he is.
If there's
serious.
if there's any way I can help push him anymore, man. If he ever needs me, I'm always out. Like people like him is what we need in the game. No, he's a great
I say
artist.
that shit all the time, son.
Yeah.
Like that dude is crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Like his hooks alone are like whole fucking joints, yo. His hooks alone are like he be taking you on that fucking Last Dragon shit is crazy, yo. Crazy.
Yeah. He got a joint. He got a joint on a new album called Spooky. It's fucking fire, man. It's fire.
Look at this nigga. Timing is everything. What up, son?
Yeah, Oh the Great. We over here talking about Oh the Great.
Look at you. Your ears was ringing.
I didn't realize. My bad. I see because I've been missing. There's people been saying stuff. I didn't catch everything right there. So I think my man Jeremy was on here. And shout out to NB for really Oh the Great. My bad on that. I'm not too swift on this. It's my first time.
No, it's cool because actually I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. When the guests like are zoned in on the comments, it throws shit off. So like, and a lot of the comments, to be honest with you, are fucking stupid as shit. So like, I mean, like I get it. When you see your people, you want to shout them out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like, and for the most, and then here,
I got you. Yeah. I got you, Small.
There's some fucking weirdos coming in here, man.
Yeah.
Yo, let me spit for you. Shut the fuck up, man. Like,
yeah.
So so that's dope, man. So the Vassar thing has been going on for a minute, and and like it's a powerful thing, yo, because you're hitting, like that's a fucking prestigious college, yo. People don't understand, like what's the vibe as far as like the energy with the station and your show. You've been doing it for a minute. I mean, you do your, I mean, like as far as like the how people feeling about it locally and just at the school and shit.
I get compliments. on the show. It does very well. Like it has a big prison following. So, outside it's regular. We get a lot of streams. As much as that we can. It's not as popular as these bigger platform shows, but listen. People call up. It's just regular radio. People listening. So, a lot of letters from fucking the inside, a lot of visits.
Yeah, talk about that, man. That's a really important thing to get into. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I want to stick with that for a second. Like as far as a lot of cats, you've been holding down a lot of cats for years, doing some years with this show, man, and really keeping a lot of cats afloat. Please talk about that shit.
The show, so when we first started the show, we went for a meeting and the lady was like, we get a lot of listeners from the prison system. So just be careful because they'll be stalking the radio personalities. And she's like, we have all these prison listeners. And I was just like, yo, that's going to be our fucking lane right there. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, perfect. So
right,
when I had that,
audience.
Yeah. So when I first started the show, I came in playing motherfucking MOP in New Jack City and them motherfuckers was going nuts. You know what I mean? So we started getting letters. It was the 17th show. I got my first letter from a gentleman by the name of T. Mills. And after that, they just kept coming in from everywhere. Otisville, Fishkill, Shawangunk. I go up there all the time, but right now I haven't, and also I don't always have to do it, but right now I'm not allowed to take pictures because of COVID. they're not allowing for the last 2 years. You ain't been able to take a pic. But I try to get up there to visit as much as I can. People that I never met that support the show. And I just do shit like that, man. And then I rock with them on the outside, you know, when they come home, or if they're locked down for a long time, then I'll deal with, you know, I'll be dealing with their families and shit like that. But to be honest, a lot of my achievements have came from people from behind the wall helping me out. People from Staten Island that put in that work, that believe in me. You know, a lot of shit, not for nothing, but that shit with Bumpy, a lot of that stems from VIC that passed away. If you look on my Instagram alone, I have a picture with him, and I never mentioned it, but he actually passed away almost 2 years ago. And a lot of my relationships like that, it's like all because of the people that were locked down, their word, shit like that really helped out with the show. It's been, I don't want to, it gets crazy, man. Like these dudes love me, and I got nothing but love for them. I just stay true to my shit. I never, I just keep my word. I never say I can do more than I can. His word, man, his word is what helped me out a lot with a lot of shit, and shout to London as well out there in Staten Island and shit. He helped me out a lot. Word. Yeah,
that's
man.
Because there's a lot of, in your area, that whole Orange County, Rockland County area, there's a lot of facilities around there. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I drive through there, like, you know what I'm saying, Poughkeepsie area, Fishkill, there's a lot of facilities out there, and that's dope, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? She presented it to you like there was gonna be a problem with these cats being locked down. You like, yo, that's a whole fucking lane right there. Like,
yeah, I ate that shit up. I said that's exactly where I'm going with it. Fuck that.
Right, because you were holding these cats. I mean, especially the ones that got the longer joints, man, the longer bids. It's like,
yeah,
they looking forward to that shit each and every. So can they call in too? Because you got the
no,
you had the No Ideas original, right? That was with Zagnif, and now it's Penitentiary Mail, right?
Yeah, there was a problem with the radio show name. So what was happening is I had seen it popping up in some other places for different things.
I saw it too.
So now my thing was this though, Tamal. I said earlier, I started with 3 people. I didn't name the radio show. I was just happy to be on a motherfucker
you didn't even name it that.
Hell no, I didn't name that because that shit is stolen from Nas. So the thing is that I can't say nothing about somebody else using it when the name is bitten already.
Oh wow!
So that's why I
didn't name it that.
No, I didn't name that shit that. But then once I started seeing it pop up, I was like, it's time to leave it alone because it being bitten from somewhere else means that I can't really protect it. I can't protect it, I can't do nothing about it. So, I was fortunate enough to be able to switch the name to Penitentiary Mail due to the fact that, I got the proof. It's not a false name. It's what it represents. It's clogged up right now. So at least I know that I have, that's the difference that goes on in my show, at least. I have a lot of my listeners come from the inside. So
no, that's a good move. I mean, it was gonna have to happen eventually anyway, probably. So I mean, because that's why I remember I hit you up. I was like, yo, is this you? I mean, I started seeing it like just around a lot. So you basically took over the show. So you took over the show, the existing show, and just kept the same name and just kept it moving.
Yeah, because I was unfamiliar on how to do the technical side of things, and I wasn't, I just was getting used to the social media and emails and MP3s and we transfers, and I'm like, motherfuckers, like, yo, I sent you a we transfer. I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, I was all confused, but I learned quick and to make sure that the show kept going on. So that was what was most important, that we didn't collapse. And I think throughout that time, we were able to build it up real nice. We had a lot of great guests who broke a lot of records, who played a lot of great music, and there was a lot of great times on there as well. So,
yo, let's talk about the projects you put out with. I mean, I was bumping the PA Milano joint, the shit with Bumpy. I mean, like, the shit was a couple joints with Zagnif, like, you know what I'm saying? How'd you start doing those? Like, them shits be fire, man. Talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, Peace Friendly Traveler. The projects. See, 2013, I was part of a group. That's the only thing I was really a part of. And it was called Alpha Faction. And we had put a project out in 2017. It took a long time because we had went through a bum record deal. So we wasted 2 years on a bum deal. And then we ended up putting it together. But that was the beginning of me executive producing. So, but what happened was we had a difference in direction of life as a unit. They're both my friends, but there was a different direction for our lives. And I just felt like I still had stuff to create. So I could bring that to any artist. And the PA Milano was something I always wanted to do. I had listened to, the Planet Asia EP when I first started DJing. That was a big record that I used to play a lot. I don't know if you're familiar with that first. It's a self-titled Planet Asia EP from 1998.
98. I don't know if I heard that one, yo.
Yeah, it has Moonlight, Melodic Rush, and Handling Business and all that. And that was a big record. And the first time I heard Milano was on the Digging in the Crates record, Hate Love, with Cuban Link and OC. And I like their styles both. They both had a dope style, and I always thought they would sound good on a project together, good on tracks together. I think they would balance each other out well. So that's how that came about. Me knowing, obviously I know Planet Asia and I know Milano, and then we just spoke. I just was at my man's house and I was like, yo, I'm bored. Yo, I was like, yo, I'm about to just put together a Planet Asia Milano record. He's like, nah. He's like, word. I was like, yeah, hold on. And I just made a call. I was like, yo, you want to do this? He was like, yeah, that sounds good. And I hung the phone up. You want to do this? Sounds good. And that was that, and then everybody worked together. And that was that, put the project out.
No, that's what's up. That shit was serious, man. And this is the thing, it's dope. It's like that you were able to, in 20, this was in 2019, I think, that you were able to do that. It sucks that, like, also at the same time you were able to do that, and because everybody else was able to do that, it falls through the cracks, like, you know what I'm saying? Unlike back in the day, like a project like that would have stood out. And so that's why it's funny. It's such a different age we're in, but it's like, so you made a good point. You said there's a lot of dope artists, right? A lot of dope music being put out. I wholeheartedly agree with you. For me, the challenge has been sifting through all the bullshit, because we all have the same opportunity. Everybody has the same opportunity to put out a record now. So it's like, I'm getting all this dope shit. I'm getting this Oda Great. I'm getting this Jamil Honesty. I'm getting all this shit. And then I'm getting all this other, like, filler that I got to, like, sift through. You know what I mean? Are you bumping into that problem?
No, I mean, to be honest, the Planet Asia Milano project was very successful. Very profitable. It was a great body of work. And it might not, people might not be, posting it all over the place, but a lot of people got a chance to hear it, and a lot of people that did hear it loved it, and that was what was important. The people that did listen to it really enjoyed it, and they said, they really liked that body of work, and both of them sounded good together on it, and that was important. It did very. I was very happy with the success of the project. Obviously, I do understand what you're saying, though, but it definitely wasn't a failure. It definitely wasn't a failure, and it was a good thing. We had a great time shooting the videos, that kind of shit. Over on 125th, we shot the videos for Milano Medallions, fucking Walking Back. I heard some of the Scratch album, but that was 2 years ago or some shit. There's just good memories up there. You know, it was successful. The joint with Carlton Fisk, that was another project, something I always wanted to do. You know?
Yeah, no doubt. And yeah, and exactly. You know exactly what I'm saying. I'm looking at the bigger picture of like just just how much music is out there where but no, I definitely did this thing, and everybody knows, everybody that heard it, you know what I'm saying, was like, yo, this shit is fire. And that was a dope combination. It's a natural combination. That shit fit really well, man. For real. That shit. How'd you link up with Bumpy?
That started like 10 years ago. And then like a few things, what happened was I had started the radio show 2011. I had said I got my first letter on the 17th show. In the first letter that I received, they were requesting more Bumpy Knuckles, industry shakedown. I had the letter. I received 4 letters. By the time I went to DJ Premier and Bumpy Knuckles had a release party at the Highline Ballroom in New York City, so I brought the letters with me. And I approached Bump, and I spoke, and you know, I presented the letters to him. He actually has that situation on videotape. Nothing really linked from that. But the seed was planted at that point. So when I came back later in time, it made sense. Peace D Future, Jamil Honesty. When I came back, all right, so when I went through the bum deal, that was one of the things that the people were presenting, was that Bumpy was going to help us out with the Alpha Faction part. And that was another thing that was presented to him. So, salute St. Ivan. What happened? So then, boom. So he knew about the situation when I brought the letters, then the deal. Then I hit him for an interview. We opened the phone line, and he responded. So we did an interview over the phone. And 2 weeks later, I got a letter from somebody on the inside I ain't never got a letter from. And they said that they was family to him. And I didn't think nothing of it. So I just sent a text, and I was like, yo, somebody that was locked down, you know, hit me up. Said they're your family, they wanted to say hello to you. And I didn't get a word back, you know, so I didn't think nothing of it. And then he hit me 2 weeks later, and he asked me who it was. And then right from that point, he wasn't, you know, so forthcoming, but he started showing up. And that's when he started coming to DJ a little bit at the radio station. You know, he was coming up, taking his time out. To me, that shit was a great honor. You know what I'm saying? I'm over there. I got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Fox up here DJing on my show and shit. It was crazy, man. It was just crazy. And to be honest, when I had first started DJing, that was my main goal. You know, that what I'm doing right now is my main goal. So we got, you know, for a while I didn't know if he was rocking with me. I couldn't tell, you know, because he's protective. You know, he's a protective person. He has a right to be. He has a lot of jewels to protect.
Right.
And you know, through the pandemic and everything, and with the passing of VIC, we developed a good thing, and we were able to put. I'm the only person that's probably heard his whole. I couldn't even put it like this, and this ain't no shit tomorrow. I've had fucking at least 100 3-hour listening sessions. At least just listening, not conversations, listening. 100 3-hour listening sessions. And I'm still not through all his shit.
Wow.
And when I say he's got that shit, I heard a lot of shit in my days that nobody's heard. You know, obviously I can't play it all, but let me tell you, that shit, he got 100 Pete Rocks. He's got The Alchemist. He's got projects with, I've heard 100 different premieres that nobody's heard.
See, that's disappointing though. And as a fan, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. I'm gonna cut you off there because like that shit drives me crazy, especially now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody can tell an artist what to do, but as a fan, like, I mean, just with anybody, it could be him, anybody. Like, it's like, yo, Apathy told me, he's like, yo, Chip Fu got this shit. Chip Fu got this shit that I heard that it's just the craziest shit in the world. Nobody, I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Nah, to be honest, some of that stuff is going to start coming out. But at the same time, you got to understand the temperament right now. It's not disposable. So you don't want to present. It's like he has a solo premiere track that came out that they did way before Money Underground, Militia, that nobody has, that nobody heard. It's a solo track. You know, you want to put that out the right way. So I think the NFTs is the way those guys is going nowadays. So I think the first release that's going to come out the vaults is going to be because, you know, I work with him under Corrupt Mob Entertainment now. So we basically put all the projects out. I got a few. We got, you know, Produced by Bumpy Knuckles Volume 1 just came out. But I got Part 2. That's almost done. And you're going to like Part 2. I got some people on there. I got... Put it like this, I even got your man Tame 1 on there.
You woke up tame. Like, all right.
Let me tell you, I got a verse from him that's reckless. Word. I got a few. I got Geechee Suede on there. There's a few heads on there, but the first project.
Still bananas.
Huh?
He's bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas. I mean, like, I just had to pause for like. He's ridiculous, yo. Like, I mean, and it sucks because it's like I be hearing like shit that he put out a couple years ago. I'm like, yo, this shit is. So anyway, I just had to just.
Who's that? Tame?
Geechee Suede.
Oh, Geechee Suede. Yeah. Geechee Suede is crazy. Yeah, he actually has a solo. He has a solo track on it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's fire too. But the first joint that's gonna come from the vaults is there's an industry shakedown. Bumpy's that album that Bumpy put out, but there's an original version that's all produced by Pete Rock. Yeah, so that's you know, because I think the version that came out had some Premiere, had a bunch of Diamond D, had Alchemist and everybody on it. But I think that's the first one that's coming out the vault. But he got a lot of shit, man, in the stash. Whoa. It's crazy.
We gotta get him on this motherfucking show. Yes, big up Bumpy. Yo, listen, I've always fucked with him, Bumpy, Freddie Fox, whatever the fuck you want to call him, yo. I've always got me ready to go. That malicious shit, all that fucking so rough, so yo, come on. Yo, so yeah, as far as what you're getting into now, so you like you're working with him a lot. What else you got? You got the show going on. You know what I mean? And,
well, I figure I got about probably with my temperament nowadays. I think I got probably about another year left. So I think I'm gonna try to put in another year's work
of the show,
of everything.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do another year and want to finish up what I've started. I got a project coming out with Skanks the Rap Martyr that's going to be real. Yeah, and it's fucking going to be hot. I got that coming out. I got a joint with Innocent.
Big up,
Yeah, and I'm going to put this produced by Bumpy Knuckles Volume 2 and 3 out. Wrap up my ties on the show, and I think it's time for me to put it down and just become a supporter. Supporter of good music.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? Okay, well maybe
this ain't really my speed, man, no more. It's coming to a point where it's starting to hurt. It's starting to hurt. All this, it's like a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes, and I don't know, man. A lot of disappointment. Hate to say it like that. Yeah, I hate to say it like that, but it is.
Yeah, listen, it's different, yo. It's been just being a fan. like meeting cats that seem cool. You meet them and they on some fuck shit. What, like, I mean, you know, like whatever. Just it's a weird industry. Niggas, cats are weird. Like, it's weird, yo. So
Yeah, I just never could understand how you could build with somebody for 15 years and then, you know, turn your back on a motherfucker for a cup of coffee type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, just who I am, and I'm just not with it no more. So I'm gonna keep my head up and I'm gonna keep doing what I have to do at this point. And I'll tell you right now, the next project, I'm gonna keep banging them with them projects, and that's it. And then that's it. I'll just become a supporter, and that's it.
nah, word, I feel you. I mean, that's a crazy. I mean, I won't say crazy. That's shocking to hear and disappointing to hear, but I completely understand it. And within maybe within the next year, I can change your mind, or I might be there with you. Like, yo, let's go retire, man, and go sit out here and drink some brews and fucking. Because now I understand it, man. Because when it becomes, it's not fun. It becomes a point where it's not fun. I get it.
I'll be honest. I mean, this ain't the place, you know, I'm not an internet person, but my thing is like saying it like that, but I am on the internet, but there's a lot of foul shit that be going on. A lot of foul shit. And it's a lot of get over mentality and scrambling. I can't be a part of these kinds of things anymore. It's just not who I am. And that's, you know, I can't do it anymore. I'm getting to the point where I get so fucking aggravated. Yo, the betrayal is real, brother. And I want to keep it calm right now, but the shit is real like a motherfucker. These motherfuckers fucking turn on you so fucking fast, fam. And the shit is ridiculous. And I'm always going to stay afloat. I don't give a fuck what it is, you know? And I don't mean to be on it like that, but it's crazy. And I'm going to say, this is one thing I will say is this. I've dealt with thousands of artists in real time. Thousands. There ain't not one motherfucker that can say I did them wrong. There ain't a person that say I ever turned my back on them or did anything of negativity towards them. Not one of them. And I've known them all in real time, not internet shit. You know?
No, I feel you. Yeah, you're speaking facts, man. It's a weird game, man. And people are foul, and it's like they leave you scratching your head sometimes. Like, wow, like you doing me like that? You know what I'm saying? Like you just be scratching your head, like left, like damn, like when did I do you dirty to get that type of treatment? But no, I understand, man.
It's crazy, fam. I've been through so much shit with everything from people fucking living at my house to staying in my house. It's just, it's the betrayal is unfucking real. You could shelter a motherfucker, feed a motherfucker. They don't give a fuck. They'll stab you right in your back to get the shine on someone's fucking Instagram post, some fucking weird shit that. And I just sit there and I don't even understand it. How do you do these things? But there's so much of it going on. It doesn't make sense to keep bringing it up all the time. My thing is this: we just gonna bulldoze a fucking ass. That's it. The thing is, like, yo, people ain't gotta give me my credit. I'll just keep hammering these motherfuckers. That's it.
That's it.
You know what? And I'm a, you go through the projects. I do the radio show, and I just do what I do. I stay focused on who I am, and and I try to. My thing is that, and this is the honest truth, and anybody that knows me would say this. If I walked into a room, brother, and I seen you and Jay-Z, and it was just you and Jay-Z, the average person. And I know the average person will run to Jay-Z, get him a nice hot cup of coffee, give him a meal. What do you need? I would go over to you first, speak to you. And if I had enough time after our conversation, if I felt like saying hello to him, I would. If that makes any sense.
No, because I would do the same thing to you.
You understand what I'm
It's my
saying?
man Enyoutee. Like,
I got you. Let me go talk to my man real quick. I'm gonna be back, and I got you. Hold on, because that's the principles I live by. But
of course.
and it ain't nothing against Jay-Z or nothing like that, you know, nothing against him. But I'm just saying, like, that's the life we live in. Where everybody wants. It's just, you know, it's a good thing. I got I got good people.
No, that's what it's about.
I got some good people behind me. You know, do the best I can.
That's it, yo. I mean, listen, that's real fucking talk right there, man. And I appreciate you because that's what it is. It's dirty out there. And so it's like, you know, sometimes the best thing is like, I'm going to take my ball and go home, man. Fuck y'all niggas. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
so I get it. But while you still in this shit, man, I expect nothing less but fucking quality from you, what you've been giving us. And so I want to thank you
Yeah,
for that.
yeah,
We're going to
thank
get
you.
ready to get out of here. I want to thank you. This is episode 71. DJ Enyoutee. Next week we got Brother Jay. We're gonna be talking about what is conscious, what is a conscious rapper. Then we're gonna be we got next following week we got West Coast Papa Boogie Frantic. Then we got my man A Plus Hieroglyphics. Then we got my grimy youngin' out in San Diego, Boo Boo the Prince. So got a
Damn,
lot of dope.
you got a lot of guests on, kid.
Yeah, we stay booked for like about
Stay banging, huh? Hey.
we keep moving too, man.
Nah, you do, brother. Yo, I got to tell you real quick before I get out of here. I want to thank everybody that was in here tonight. I appreciate you guys. My first time going live, but I appreciate you having me on the show, brother. Word.
Yo, I appreciate like that means some shit, yo. Like, cause I know. Listen, I know you. I thought you was gonna say no, yo. I told my girl, I was like, yo, he ain't gonna do it, yo.
I
You know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
gonna. You want to know what it is? I don't do interviews at all. I deny every interview. I've been asked, and
I assume so.
I've been asked to do interviews for the last few years straight. But I did like Cut Supreme because he's a good brother, Gorilla Grooves, you know, shit like that. But I don't do interviews at all. No, but you know what I'm saying? You my man, brother. You know this.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I can't deny family, you know?
No,
Salute.
and I appreciate that, man,
Yeah.
because that says a lot. Cause I was like, yo, he ain't gonna do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I told her, I was like,
I know you got me all on the Instagram live and all that shit, huh, tomorrow?
nah, I got it.
Nah,
That's big. Nah, but so I appreciate you. I appreciate what you do.
yes, sir.
And it was important, like to share that, to get to know you a little bit better, and to you know, let everybody know, man. This cat's been holding it down. He's holding a lot of cats down. It's locked down, and gets these cats through their fucking days, man, with his music and projects and stuff like that. And he's a solid person. This is first and foremost. I can count on one hand how many solid people I've met in this shit. Like, you're a solid dude. Like, fuck the music, yo.
Thank you.
I mean, I'll
Yo,
sit
thank
down,
you.
smoke out, talk to you, chill. You know what I'm saying? It's vibes first, man. So I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
that first and
Yeah, man,
foremost.
I gotta say you do a lot for hip hop too. You're always pushing great artists and continue to have success in your life and the best to you and your loved ones. Shit like that. You know what I mean, Tamo?
No
Word.
work, man. I appreciate you. Salute to everybody joining in. We'll get this up on the YouTube, and I'll tag you in this stuff. We going live in like 2 minutes with my man Save the Hip Hop Culture. So appreciate you, DJ Enyoutee.
Peace.
Everybody, salute y'all. All right, family, be good.
Yeah, peace, Tamo.
Peace.